All right, guys, I am back and yeah, it's been a work week already. It's Tuesday night and over the weekend I revamped this and I'm hoping now I didn't like take it apart. So I hope I didn't glue it to itself, which it seems like I might have. Okay, just a little. All right, so it is a different way of doing this one, which as we know did not work how I wanted it to, and I don't know, there it is. I was like, I don't know where its little piece went. Still, I'm gonna use it, right? Because it's still cute, right? But that was not the original intent. So I actually ended up doing kind of a prototype, and I like it much better. So let me show you what I did. And then we're just going to kind of turn it into a bit of a mass make. Only this time I'm going to work 30 minutes at a time so that, because those hour-long videos have been taking me forever to load. So let's see, we'll start the clock now. It's 7:30 my time. So I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to work as you know, as much as I can. Whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna do 11 inches for the inch at the bottom, or for the inch for the pocket, and then I'm going to score at 5.5, and I'm gonna go ahead and score everything as we go. So I hope that you guys' week is going brilliantly. Yeah, it is crazy. I am now kind of officially running 2 departments while we get the new girl trained. She's very, very, very capable. But as you guys know, just training takes time, and we're still trying to implement the new system. So yeah. Okay, so that one will be upside down. I think I'm just gonna do all of these on the outside, you know, and then we can have the other one on the inside. So yeah, I worked with this gal at my old place. So she came to work for us. She interviewed last week, and then she pretty much started with us right away. So yeah, so I'm super excited about that, and I'm getting closer to having my part of the implementation of that whole thing done. There's a lot of parts kind of waiting on me, so I'm feeling a little bit of pressure. And then unfortunately, I've discovered that another person that was let go didn't do the things they were supposed to be doing. So that has created a kind of a stir with things. Oh, my shirt's a little bit dirty. Sorry, kids. That would be my sun butter. That's what I had for dinner because I am home on my own tonight. Okay, and for that little booklet, I just cut a couple of these, and I'm just going to score it at a 1/2 inch. So yeah, and it turns out that Bo just texted because he is getting off work soon. So I'm going to have to pause the video and text him back because I'm sure he's going to be wondering about dinner. And I just did sandwiches. So yeah, that cutie pie is on his own for dinner. So yeah, he came home last night and fixed his own dinner, which is, I mean, not unusual, but he chose a very large dinner to fix for himself. I was like, okay, Mr. Crazy, what are you doing? That was kind of comical. So I'll be right back, guys. All right, so, and then I cut a bunch of 1.5 by 1.5 pieces of cardstock, and I'm just going to score these at 1 inch on 2 sides. That'll give us our little corner, and I know it's excessive, but I swear it kind of looks cool when I get done. So anywho, yeah, I hope your weeks are going good. I heard everybody kind of made it to the eclipse. I know there was some question about kind of what would really happen during these eclipses. And so, yeah, some of the interesting conspiracy theories, you know. So yeah, let's see what else is new. I don't know what to tell you guys. We've been just cooking along here, gearing up for spring. I do have some new chickens coming, but I am paying just a little bit extra for my chickens this year because I don't have the time, and neither does Bo or Grace, to take care of little chicks. So we found a little family who has a farm, and they're teaching their girls all kinds of cool things about livestock. So I was like, well, you know what? If the girls want to learn how to get chicks to feathers, I would be more than happy to pay a little bit extra. And so they said, deal. So, yeah. So I know they had a little bit of an accident with 3 of my chicks. And she's like, well, do you want just the 3? Do you want us to try to, like, do some more? And I was like, oh, I'll wait a little bit. It's all good. I'm, like, I'm not a picky girl. And then I'm getting a couple more ducks because I love my little ducks. And I think this summer, Grace and I are going to build like another entire pen just for ducks. I think for the most part, they can probably be out on their own with the chickens, like when they're roaming the acreage and stuff. Or not acreage, but like their little pen that we built last year. But at night, I'm kind of curious, and I would like to definitely winter the ducks separate from the chickens, because chickens are a lot cleaner, I am finding, than my little duck. She's definitely, what do we say? She's definitely messy. So yeah, there's that. I still adore her though. She is funny and charming and is full of herself. And for those of you that are new, you probably wouldn't know this, but I named her Maleficent, and she fits her title very well. She is a very spicy girl, and she likes to chew me out all the time. So yeah, and it appears all of a sudden your girl here is popular with the nephew too. I have no idea. Like, I go weeks and weeks and weeks and nobody will text me, and then all of a sudden turn on a video. Yeah, he has my nephew has tax questions. I know. Interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and film a little bit more of this video to the 30-minute mark, and he can wait a few minutes, right? Yeah. Speaking of taxes, I still need to fix 2 things on my return, and then I need to see, we're going up with this one. I need to fix 2 things, and then I can file mine, because I found a couple more deductions I can add. So yeah, I wish I could say the government is our friend, but it is definitely not. They have gotten a little too big for their britches, in my estimations. Because even though I've done taxes, and even though I am, ooh, that is off on my scoring. No matter, be all right, but that is a bit irritating. You guys probably saw that right away, huh? Hope I'm not off on all of it, because that won't bode well for my heart getting these done. Anyways, I mean, I stick to the whole taxation is theft, right? especially when, you know, there's hungry kids, right? There's young adults trying to make it in this world, you know? Like, it's just, you know, and what baffles me is that nobody paid taxes in the United States until I think it was 1910 or 1911, and the government was still had its own, like, its own funding, and we were able to fund military, and you know what I mean? So I know there's a lot of discussion on that whole topic, but I still stand by, I think it's theft. Like, if you make the money, you should keep the money. The government's got plenty of interest in other areas that they make money at, and so I think they should just do that. And I think we need term limits on Congress people, and I think they should only earn wages while they're in office, and I think they should have to return back to the private sector and live by the laws that they pass. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? I think there'd be a whole lot less crookedness by politicians if they had to live by their own rules, right? And as most of you guys know, I don't really discuss politics here. The only thing I will say is I think both sides are crooked as all get out. You can't find an honest politician ever, because they end up getting paid off by special interests. So yeah, that's my stance today. Boy, that went south pretty quick, didn't it, kids? Maybe we ought to not talk about that, huh? So anywho, on a lighter subject, what else can we talk about? I certainly just don't even know what more to say about this week. I'm just so drained that I will say I'm having a lot of fun. As most of you know, I've been like kind of the only female in the building for months. And I'm not going to lie, it's been kind of cool having a counterpart. And she's kind of like me. She's pretty even-keeled. She gets along with just pretty much anybody. So that's very helpful. And she gets along with the guys, so that's even better. Like, they're trying to like break her in gently, but I mean, in a building full of blue-collar men, that's not really easy. But she's taking everything in stride, and I think she's enjoying the less toxic place to work, right? Like, because as most of you guys know, I really like the owner of this company. I like what he stands for, you know. And, you know, honestly, he's all about the betterment of the people who work for him, because he knows that it benefits him in the long run. So I love that about him. Okay, so since we did the 1 inch by 1 inch, all I'm going to do is kind of go in here at what I think might be an edge here. So I'm forming basically flaps, okay? And then I'm going to take it, probably this side up, and I'm going to go corner to corner here. So yes, I am wasting some, but, you know, I guess I don't rightly care at the moment. Yeah, so that's just that tonight. And I probably will pull all of these pieces out because we can't actually use those. Obviously, these folded weird pieces, probably not so much, but... You know, been thinking a lot about it, and I think I've discussed it before. I think I'm gonna, this summer, I'm gonna work at moving my studio back to where it was before, because it's getting increasingly hard to record on the weekends because the kids are, like, they can hear down the hall, and so I don't want to wake them up. But, like, I get up on Saturdays, I'm usually up by like 6:30 because that's normal work week stuff. And so I think if I were to go back there, then I could definitely close the door. And the dogs are typically more quiet when I do that back there. So I'm thinking, while I've enjoyed it being out in the open, I think I would be much happier back there. And I think I've decided that I want to, for right now, I'm just going to put all this like in a pile, and I'll decide what to do with it after a bit. Anyways, back to what we were saying. Okay, so I think I was able to have, there's definitely more space back there as far as like, there's a counter back there, there's cupboards. So I think probably in the month of April, I'm going to work every weekend, like 3 hours back there in that room. And I'm going to clean, because I have a lot of my excess stuff still back there. So I think I'll work and get the rest of his stuff out. And then I'll work on getting, and there's like old craft stuff that I am never going to do again. Like my wine bottle crafts, I don't think that I am interested in doing those anymore. So I'm probably going to toss, or I shouldn't say toss, I'll recycle the wine bottles. And then, that will get rid of like 3 shelves worth of stuff. And then, if I get rid of, or like recycle a bunch of the paper I have back there, like not regular paper, but I have like a bunch of magazines and stuff. If I recycle all of that, then I will be like that much further ahead, right? Like that would take, and I'm no longer a 4-H leader, nor am I a superintendent anymore. And so I have so much stuff back there that I used for education. Like if I got rid of that, that's like another 3 shelves. So that in itself cleans up so much back there. Because I would like to put like a craft table, like an actual, table to where I can put like my sewing and stuff on it, like cut it out and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over, and I'm only going to put glue on the outsides here to give myself a little bit of leeway. So it's basically, what kind of pocket, like almost like a library pocket, right? Okay, that way my glue doesn't right up there. Okay, and I'll show you how it kind of goes together in just a minute. What that did for me was just create a little bit more space for that top flap to tuck underneath there. So, oh, hi Barry. So, and also, I am looking forward to being back there too, so that, like I said, I can spread out a little bit by making mass make journals. Then I can put each, like I used to do, right? Like I used to spread out and do like pocket number 1, 2, and 3 is here. And you know what I mean? I was able to plan out a little bit better. And I think a big because I've never been like organized all in one place, right? So I'm looking forward to that. I would like to get all organized all in one place. So that's a goal by midsummer. And of course, my like recording desk and everything, I will keep that whole same setup. But I think I'm going to have to cut down my pegboard to fit in the area in which I want to put the desk. And I'm not necessarily against recording recording that, but I am kind of shy about sharing that portion of it, right? So yeah, there's that, right? All right, there we go. These are actually going up fairly quick, honestly, for a pocket. Oh, so, and just so you know, it's 12 by 4. Well, I have to keep, I still have like a lot of my paper, like the scrapbook paper back there, so I have to keep going back and forth when I want to get something new out and play with something new. So I think that if I were to be back there, then I would probably use it a lot more, because I know I used it a lot more when I was back there. So plus Bo's got like, we've got to get his area back there cleaned up too, because he likes to do oil painting, and he hasn't been able to oil paint in a little while, because he had a friend give him a bunch of stuff from her apartment for when he moves out, and so he didn't know what to do with it, so he just kind of like dumped it in the middle of the room. I'm like, all right, you little punk, that doesn't work. So we'll still have shelves back there that he can put his stuff on like that, but at the same token, we just got to get that part organized, or get it into boxes and get it down to our shop or something, you know. So and I was really excited with all that ephemera that we got. I'm like, I'm gonna save some of them back, and they're gonna be in the challenge this year. Like, they are so cute. What's up, Barry? That's the orange, or the Fire Point Siamese, or the Orange Point Siamese. However, I've heard it both ways. So he's a little stinker. Oh my goodness, I love this little pocket. You get a lot of bang for your buck off of this one. I think I cut one too many extra there, but that's okay. Okay, one more to glue. Okay, now on my wheel pocket, and then I think, I don't know why that paper's being so stubborn with the glue. The other one was like that too, the last one. I don't know. Okay, so that is that portion of it, and I think they do hang down just a little bit, but I like the flushness of it with them. So let's see, we got one more thing to do, and then I will probably let you go for this video. It didn't take me quite a half an hour for it, but close enough. And I'm just doing the outside edges of the stuff you see, and just this top one here. I'm not going all out with the ink today. I'm actually kind of shocked the dogs are not barking. Isn't that weird? That is very weird. Very, 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 very weird. Strange things are afoot. I better go check on that puppy too. She's such a naughty little girl. Oh, and that's just chewing up my brand new sponge. I just don't want white edges. Okay, one more to ink. And then when we come back, we'll work on the ephemera, and we'll work as hard as we can on that. So yeah, all right, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay. And like I said, it just kind of pops in there. Kinda. Oh, goodness. Now it's going to make a liar out of me, right? Oh, that's because I've got a little glue on the inside. Okay. There. See? There we go. All right. So how many is that? 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And then my prototype is 9. All right, guys. I will just see you in the next video. Bye.